People ask us to innovate. IT, you guys are not innovative enough. You guys are not nimble enough. You're not fast enough. Time to market is getting impacted. Have you heard this in your enterprises? How do we tackle that? In this day and age, the way things are changing, the word DevOps has become, everybody wants to do DevOps. Now when they talk DevOps, what do they talk? Continuous integration, continuous deployment, bunch of tools, automating a lot of stuff, and that's it. That's the technology part of it. And then every consulting company worth its name has its own framework for maturity, and it's very easy to put together one, pick and choose best of breed and say this is my maturity cycle or maturity curve or roadmap for DevOps maturity. That's the process piece. What happens to the most important component to this? People. Do you have a reference model? Do you have a blueprint that tells you how to restructure and reorganize your teams, your own people, who carry the organizational capital, the intangible asset about knowledge about the enterprise, who've been there in the enterprise for a significant amount of time, who understand the industry very well? How do you organize your teams to leverage the DevOps mindset? Because DevOps is a mindset. Because you have your base, you've automated it, you've done maximum bottification of the enterprise, your run business is fine, now you've got to innovate. For that, you've got to restructure your team. For that, this is what we say, and this from experience, we can speak about it. It's called DevOps in the DNA of the business. Continuous reskilling on the job. You identify your key employees, your key people, you ensure that they are continuously reskilled. We have nimble teams, they come together for a purpose, achieve the business goal, and go back to where they came from. Most important, in-process analytics. What does this mean? As a leader, I will stop looking at status reports. That's the first change you have to do as a leader. Stop accepting emails coming to you in an Excel or Word or nicely done PDF saying status for the week. Aren't you going to ask me a question? What are you saying? That's bread and butter for me. Right? Yeah, pretty much. Correct. So, change the way you work with the team. Connect directly to the systems of record and the platforms of engagement within your enterprise. Instead of reading a status report and understanding what's going on, ask your teams to notify you on your smart device. Understand what's happening, have the levels of abstraction that is required, but have the ability to dial down or dial up so that people know that you know what's happening on the ground directly without a PMO service or a via media. Technology has evolved. The first challenge that you need to give to your digital teams is to build an app for you, and you are the customer, and you raise the bar, saying that no status reports, this Friday onwards. It's not a Friday evening activity, it's a continuum, 24/7. So you get to know what's going on. The notifications keep popping on your cell phone or your tablet. And you get the analytics. What happens if the program is going right? What was the result of similar sized engagements that you've done in the past across business units, comparative indices, so that you know the definition of good in that context, because the definition of good changes based on the context. That is what is the change in mindset that is required. And last but not the least, teams should be having the capability of having immersive oversight.